And welcome back. I may have COVID, but I can still do my videos. And I mentioned in the last video, actually, I didn't wake up feeling fantastic, but I took an Advil, some vitamin C, made sure to drink something. I actually don't feel bad. I mean, I feel a little gunky. I should probably take a shower at some point. But I honestly don't really feel all that bad. This happened the last time, too. This is the second time I've had COVID. And the worst day for COVID for me was when I found out I had it. Like the night I found out I had it, I had the aches, the chills, like the headache, the sore throat, the exhaustion. Here I'm really not feeling. And then like the next day, I woke up, I sweated. I was just sweating the whole night, but I kept the covers on because I'm gonna just keep fluctuating between hot and cold. So I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna sweat it out and sweated it out. And next day I still felt not 100%, but I was a lot better. I felt pretty okay. I felt pretty much the equivalent I feel now, where like hypothetically I could be at work right now. I can't be at work right now, but hypothetically I can be at work right now. And just do my day-to-day stuff. Yeah, that's generally how I feel right now. I really don't feel all that bad. So yeah, can't take me now, COVID. Yeah, but you are costing me hours at work, but whatever. I got sick time. I'm good. I digress. So the Immortal Super Being gives us this who would win today. Kaneki, I believe that's the Tokyo Ghoul character's name, versus, I'm going to have it right here. I have the name right here. Riku Okumura from Blue Exorcist. I vaguely remember Blue Exorcist when it was on Toonami. I never really watched it. Both these guys are essentially not like hybrids. One is a ghoul hybrid, a human hybrid who kind of got infected and turned into a ghoul, if I remember correctly, Tokyo Ghoul. And the other is literally the son of Satan, at least within the context of that world. As a ghoul, Ken has enhanced physiology, speed, strength, endurability, near perfect pain immunity. He's capable of using his, I can't remember what they're called, giant tentacles that spurt out of his back and are used to just stab, crush, slice, whatever you want. They are capable of doing that. He's got enhanced regeneration to the point where he can actually keep regrowing his toes and fingers through 10 days of torture, capable of taking basic wounds and just shrugging them off. He grows stronger the more he eats other ghouls. His strongest form is known as like his dragon form, where he takes the form of like a dragon-like centipede, which in concept I would love a Pokemon that's like a bug dragon type that's a dragon type centipede. That'd be kind of awesome. But more to the point, he is somewhat unstable, but he can be both cold yet caring. It's very weird. His journey has gone through many, many different phases. He is kind of a one-man wrecking crew. When he turns into the Dragon Centipede, he is like capable of wrapping around a skyscraper. He is that large. Riku Okumura is he's one of the spawns. Well, I guess he's a spawn. He's a son of Satan. As such, he is part demon, but his demonic essence is kind of sealed with a sword. He does have access as its Blue Exorcist. I keep saying, did I say Blaze Blue? Blue Exorcist, Blaze Blue sound almost the same. Blue Exorcist. In Blue Exorcist, there is demons, demon kind, but there's also like knights who like fight demons, stuff like that. He aspires to be one of those. His demonic essence is sealed within a blade, a special blade that when he draws it, it kind of releases his power. If it were to be destroyed, though, his actual demonic heart is exposed, and he could easily be killed. I believe the weakness has been mitigated over time, where he wears a special suit to hide his heart. Also, apparently, demons in Blue Exorcist have literal Saiyan weakness. If you pull on their tail, they can't move. This is literally the weakness of Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z, at least for low-level Saiyans. High-level Saiyans evolve past that weakness. But seriously, that is literally the weakness of Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z. So there's that. But he, like Ken, has enhanced physicality, enhanced speed, enhanced regeneration, where he literally took a gunshot to the head it healed up within minutes, and he maintained consciousness the entire time. He literally grew a foot within minutes. So basically, these guys have insane regenerative capabilities, insane physical strength. However, one thing that he carries over with him, one thing that Riku has that Ken doesn't, is an actual legit elemental ability, as he is capable of manipulating his blue flames for multiple forms of attack. Now, Riku's blue flames are a little... It's actually tough to say exactly how his blue flames actually function per se, because sometimes it looks like they're actually harming, or sometimes it's described as they're actually harming others. Other times, it's only harming certain individuals. For example, when he used one technique to literally unleash a torrent of fire capable of engulfing an entire mountain. However, because of his conviction, the flames only burned away the Impure King, a character who was the Impure King. He also has other techniques, such as the ability to literally just do a slash of flames. He stabs the ground, which creates a series of explosions of various nearby points of his choosing. He can stab opponents with his sword, then engulf them in blue flames. He stabs his sword into the ground, then causes a series of explosions at various points on the target's body before the blue flames spread and consume the target. So this I feel like is very... Someone describes it as just, that's how it works. It hit the target, it'll burn them. However, with the technique called flame emanating meditation, the technique is able to burn away and purify anything in the material world. After chanting the required mantra and sutra, the user channels and concentrates fire into a sphere at the end of their weapon and hurls it at the target. When used in conjunction with Rin's blue flames, the attack is capable of completely burning away the target without harming anything else. So that seemed to be an actual specific attack that was designed to only target like impure individuals, things along those lines. If I go with Satan, the one named, sorry, I hate these sites sometimes. The one called Satan's Slash, my guess is this just fires off a wave of fire. The user channels flames through their sword, and by swinging the sword, launches flames in the form of a wave at their target. Satan later duplicates the ability by swinging his arm, generating more. Okay, so it looks like some of these techniques with the fire are specifically targeting like the impurity in the world or impurity in the target, whereas others are literally just fire. Should note that he also still has a demonic form with an intimidating presence to it. In his demonic form, his heart is exposed, as I said, and his tail is exposed, which means it's a weakness for him. That being said, his only other weaknesses really are holy water, which wouldn't play a factor in this, and that's it. Both are experienced swordsmen. Both are experienced with fighting other supernatural-esque individuals. So who wins in a fight? This is actually going to be a long, drawn-out fight, I think. Both of them have intense durability and regenerative capabilities. They'd be clashing for a while. Ken would have probably the physical edge in a hand-to-hand fight, but Riku has the advantage with his flames. He's able to actually attack with a range and not being able to be hurt from a distance. If we're going all out with like the biggest power-ups, we'd be going with the dragon form for Ken, and we'd be going for demon form using his most powerful abilities with Riku. Riku has more exposed weaknesses, but he literally is able to engulf an entire mountain in flames. Now, that was a specific technique used to purify and cleanse something. However, it does show he has the capability of releasing at least a mountain's worth of fire. The centipede form, this dragon form, if you will, that Ken takes, is only maybe the size of a skyscraper. Mountains are much larger than skyscrapers, usually. Though it all depends on your definition of mountains versus skyscrapers, obviously. It all depends on your definition of a mountain, but generally speaking, an entire mountain, if we were at Death Battle, I'm sure they would calc that. But the fact it would only target the impure, the individual that needs to be cleansed, does mean that at least with that attack, that's all he'd be doing. The question just becomes, can someone who would be susceptible to that type of attack? Probably to some degree, yes. To a full extent, maybe not. But it's kind of a moot point because it goes back to what we said, or what I just said about whether or not he's using the certain technique or not. He can generate a mountain level worth of flame, if not more, which means he can just engulf him in flame and burn him away if he absolutely needs to. In the battle of attrition, I would probably go with Riku in this fight. They both have high levels of durability. While he does have more vulnerabilities, technically, Riku, he also knows about these vulnerabilities and tries to cover them up. He has an ability that Ken just doesn't have a counter for, and that is his blue spiritual flames. And that the level of power he can generate with those flames. Add on the fact that Ken's soul could be cleansed with that technique, at least to a certain degree, means that even if he didn't die from the technique, he would still no longer want to fight. He'd be cleansed, pretty much. So I would go Riku in this fight. That'd be my personal take. But who do you got? Do these individuals who know these individuals better? Let me know what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.